Hey there, welcome back. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop. My name's Amber. If you are new here, hello, I'm so glad that you stopped by. Today I'm going to do a complete flip through of my trashy journal here. I do have a playlist of me working a little bit in this journal, and I will link it in the description box if you're interested in that. I really enjoyed working in this journal. It's very fun and freeing and just another form of creativity to just create with your scraps and your trash and your doodle papers and just whatever. So I really filled this with lots of fun stuff. The cover was made from a recycled bubbly box. And then I just did a lot of collaging on here. I added some different food packaging, some doodle paper. I had scraps of wrapping paper and scraps of painty paper. Here is some coffee bag, raisins, just a really colorful mix. And then what I did here was I made a wraparound sort of puffy soft spine, and this was some old batting that was falling apart, and I just sewed some fabric around it. I put 3 signatures in here. The back of the journal is the bubbly box, and then I covered it with just some cutoffs that I had made, that I had from making journals, that more of that Care Bear wrapping paper, my doodle paper, some construction paper. And so it's very colorful. So I set aside a box and just kind of accumulated trash and scraps and all sorts of fun goodness. And then in the inside, I always like putting pockets in my journal. So I just put a fabric pocket here. I had painted the inside of the box just to give it some color. And then this little book here is just a bunch of election, I think, flyers. It's junk mail, and I just put a bunch of paint on it. I just put a bunch of little different images from some book pages. Here is a mushroom house I made. Just using a lot of packaging and scraps. I need to go ahead and sew in the signatures here. Just made a pocket, a little tag here using some yogurt packaging. This was a crayon box I had drawn for a journal I was working on. So just a fun little booklet. I put in a bunch of different hearts here. I like drawing hearts from different things. Yep. So just adding scraps, made a little heart here, little stamp, and I just tuck that in there. I used some book jackets that I had pulled pages from for journals, and I didn't want to throw them away, but I wanted to somehow reuse them. And I really liked the look of them because they're just cute. And so I didn't plan on really covering them up. So I did collect some food packaging. I don't do a lot of this kind of food packaging normally, but this was like we were up north at the cabin, and this was kind of some convenience foods for the guys were working and doing some work around there. Plus, I liked the bright colors. So this is just a collage paper, some yogurt. I like using the inside of the junk mail envelopes. I did a lot of like tuck spots in here and little tags, like the crinkly noise, security envelopes, and I made a lot of little cute tags that you could see peeking through the window. And I did do some journaling on the back here. I think I started this in November. I have November 8th. So I think the beginning of November. So I've worked in it for a couple months. Just, this is off some ribbon. This was part of a file folder that I had cut down. So you can see the little fox peeking through. This is part of a calendar. This is just a pumpkin coffee cup I drawn. More food packaging. Here's just a tag I made with some scraps and painty paper. I added a lot of little fabric tabs so I could pull out the cards. Another little pocket there. I love this box. It's so pretty. I did make a journal out of one of these Outshine boxes. Then I just doodled around here. This was another book jacket. I liked the gold, so I just added one of my little painty paper houses and with a little bird on it. Made a little belly band with some M&Ms, and this is just another tag made from some file folder and some doodles. I just doodled on here. Another book jacket. This was some junk mail. I think it had some coupons in it. Did some doodling. Another security envelope. I added this tag just made from scraps, and I left some space if I wanted to journal. And sometimes with these journals, I might go back, I might add some too. I mean, this is a journal that you could kind of keep adding on to if you want. Like, I didn't complete all of these pages, so if I do have trash or stickers now and then, I like to keep like stickers off of fruit. I could go back and add those. This is a fun little page. This was the back of that book jacket, and it had a little library thing in here. And this was from something I had, little seed packets. So I just stapled on a little tab and I tucked that in there. Just more food packaging. This is from some soap. I like using this masking tape. I found this really cool masking tape on Amazon that's got all the colors. I thought that was really cool. Another cool little bright tag made from some junk mail. Love using packaging from junk mail or from things that I buy. I like this black here, so I just doodled. I love this doodle tag here and part of my coffee bag. Some more, this was out of an Alaska magazine. This is more junk mail. This is part of the box, and I just added some gesso and then did some doodling and added that bird. This is some more packaging I kind of put together. Here's some raisins. Looks like I cut a heart out of part of a security envelope. You can see the plastic there. Added more of that cool masking tape. And I loved using these pockets. So I thought that page is really kind of cool. This is part of my tea. Made a little tag. So that just slides in there. This is part of the packaging from the string cheese. I like the little cow. Peanut butter. I use my stapler a lot in here. So this is the back of the book jacket. So I made this large page and I just did a bunch of different collage and just basically stuck a lot of scraps down. Here's a security envelope. And I just added some animals. I always like to add little woodland creatures and birds to my work. And then I just made a big tag out of this packaging. I thought that looked kind of cool there, peeking out with all the colors. This was part of an apple bag, and I just made another little tuck spot here. This was a little leaf I had collected during the fall. Little bird. This is a cool page. This was part of another sparkling water box, and I just stapled on the netting from a potato bag, and then I added a little tag. I've been collecting my boxes. I love to burn incense out in my shop. And what's nice about this is it still smells like the incense. So it gives the journal a really nice smell. Stapled some more fabric. And I'm planning on going back and covering some of these staples up just to watch my fingers, maybe cover them with some of that masking tape. Here's a pocket I made from another one of my incense boxes. And then I just added a bunch of little fun tags. Added a little flower from the Dollar Tree. This is off of a yogurt box. This is a fun page. This is a security envelope. And I left it open here. And I just added this little tag from my creamer. I had a Swedish fish box. I liked all the bright colors. Added this feather that I drew, a little heart. It's part of an apple box, my butter, yogurt. So it just makes a nice collage. So fun using all of this stuff. This was out of some junk mail, another coffee bag, just some scraps. I like this too. This was a coffee cup I saved, and I just kind of made a little fold out here. This is part of my pumpkin spice Starbucks bag. And then here's a stamp off of some junk mail, part of a scrap of some wallpaper, another book jacket. I added a butterfly, some more junk mail here. This is part of my tea box, stickers. I love the insides of these. I know I've said that, but all the patterns are just so different. Here's a tag I made just using some scraps. I like this. I just made a little tuck pocket here, added this little trim. These were some poles I got for my snowshoes. And I added these cute little stamps off of some junk mail. Thought they were adorable. Added some more stamp. This is a seal that I have out of some Christmas stuff. And then in here, I just did some doodling. This is another leaf I had, another feather. Made a little pocket here, and I tucked these little tags in. This was an envelope I painted on. And then in here, I just added some scraps. This was from some junk mail about the Kubotas and the tractors. Some little pieces of washi tape, book page, part of a box, stickers, more stamps. This was inside some of my Christmas stuff, so I just stapled that on. This is a cool little pocket here that I made. I cut up another one of my pumpkin spice Starbucks bags. I've just made some hearts, cut out the pumpkins, and here's a little tag that I made just from, this was off of, I think, an Amazon shirt, and I just tucked that in there. I did some journaling here, just some random stickers and some just hearts I made from packaging. Here I made an envelope just using some of my painty paper. I think I might have tucked something in here, or this is just part of the tea box. This was part of the yogurt with the Swedish fish. Back of the book jacket, added another little heart. More food packaging. And then in here, I just added this random book page that I had just did some doodles on. I liked the circles there with the blue envelope. And this page turned out really cool. I made a video doing this page. I'll link it down below. I'll put the whole playlist, like I said. But this was part of a box, and I liked the window here. So I just glued that on, and I made this little tag here using a paint chip from a store. I added some fabric, and this was off of a magazine that I got in the mail. And then I added the little cardinal here, some trim I got. This was some more food packaging. These little tags, one of my acrylic paper buttons and some fabric. This is just some little piece off of something, and then here's some felt off of a stocking. So you can create from your scraps and your trash for sure. It's the back of that box. And I just add a little tag here. I had some images that I had torn out of a book with birds, so I added a lot of the birds through here. This is part of a recycled calendar. Now we're on to the third signature. I kept this box. I really like this box for my markers. Just added another potato bag, and here's a tag with the Bob Evans mashed potatoes. I had some really cheap stickers I just threw on here. More hearts and doodles. This is just a card I got for pet sitting. Little sweet little note in there. Some stickers. Just made this fun little pocket here with all these fun little tags. All from packaging, just different hearts. Added some little fabric tabs. This is off of a cookie. Made a little pocket here. It's just part of a Whopper box, more packaging. This is a scrap of wrapping paper I had. I had some leftover wrapping paper, so I just added that. Another little junk mail envelope. Just added some scraps. Added some of my doodle paper, just did some doodling. More scraps here. I just made a little pocket from a scrap of something out of junk mail. And then I just added this for fun. This was the packaging from the stickers. And I just rubbed my marker on there and kind of smudged it. So it added some color. I don't know, it was just fun. I didn't really want to throw it away. And I just thought it looked kind of cool popping out of there. Something different. And then I did add more of the sticker there. It's got some color just for some look, texture. Raisin bag, I put a little bird. Just some collage. Another tag here. There's a couple tags in there. This is some coffee bag, some tags off of clothing. More of that wrapping paper. And I just added this tag in here. This is just a bunch of different collage. This was some of my paper that I made using food coloring. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it. I made a paper bag journal that I've started working in. I'll show you some of that process. And I made all the pages in the cover just using food coloring. Another tag. Here's a pocket from packaging. I just added this cake in here. If you guys know me, you know I love cake decorating books. So just added that. My tea bags, more little stickers. That's just a part of my tea box. I made a little ornament style tag here just from my yogurt, and this was off of some wrapping paper, and I just added this little loop there. This was a book page I added to the envelope, part of my tea bag. I just stapled the pocket here. Another little tag. Here is more of that wrapping paper, and I just made a little red Christmas house here with part of a junk mail envelope. Added the little bird here from the calendar, and a little fabric scrap tidbit. Another pocket here. This was some tissue paper. I had gotten a book from eBay and they wrapped it in this really pretty tissue paper. So I saved some of it. Here was the thank you card in there, and I just kept that part of my tea bag. This is just a fold out here that I made from some coupons. I just glued some images down. I thought that was really pretty with the mistletoe and the bright colors and the red. More yogurt. There's a little tuck spot there. The dog was out of a magazine. This is just some cookies and just some fun little scraps there. Little tea bag, and I just made a little tuck. Just have cozy written there. Just back of the envelope. Just added some fabric, some cheapy stickers. Here's more of that tissue paper. And I probably could add more here, but I just left it as is. I stapled part of my tea box on. There's the back. And then back here, I made this little cool pocket out of some packaging and some scraps. And then I just tucked some tags in. Here's just part of a paper bag that I had down when I was working. This little tag, it just added that little cluster. And this pretty page out of I think a craft needlepoint book. I just thought that was kind of cool with all of those just sort of popping out. So that is my big trashy journal. See how it filled all out? And then here's a little dangle that I had attached. This is just from some packaging. This was off of the bottom of a ribbon spool. And then I just added some of my fun beads. Just some of my cheapy Dollar Tree beads. And then these are my acrylic beads that I love to make. And I just use my scraps and I roll them, and then I add Mod Podge to seal them. They're all different colors. They're really fun. So I just have that clipped on here. And that's how she sits. She is just fun, fun, fun. I love all of this popping out and sticking out. That is the spine. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you some inspiration to play around with your scraps and your trash and in your stash and just free flow and have fun and get colorful. Okay, guys, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you get outside today and enjoy some beautiful weather. And I hope you find some time to create for yourself. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.